Hello and welcome to my Tarot Corner. So today I had some quality time with my daughter. She had an assignment to watch Hitchcock's Back Window film because she's one of her majors in high school is film and movies. I mean that cinema. So she had an assignment, and one of her friends came over, and we all watched Hitchcock. So that's why I'm sitting to have my reading, to do my reading so late. And I appreciate each and every one of you who decides to come back to my Tarot Corner, and each and every one of you who decides to donate to my tarot fund, whether if it's through my buy me a coffee button or through my PayPal account. And I want to thank Avid Gardner for her shout out through in her latest video. So, despite the fact that Neil Sean debunked the rumors that King Charles asked the Archbishop of Canterbury to mitigate between him and broker a deal between him and Prince Harry so that Harry would come to the coronation, the rumors keep on coming and the mainstream media keeps on talking about that, and people are quite worried because people keep on saying that Justin Welby, who is the Canterbury of the Archbishop of Canterbury, is on the side of the Sussexes, and as Dan Wootton said, he was mesmerized by Meghan, and he likes Meghan, although she threw him under the bus, and she said she lied and said that he performed an illegal marriage ceremony between her and Harry 3 days before they really got married in church, and he had to come out and deny it. So despite all of that, people are still believing that Justin Welby has this kind of affection to Meghan Markle, and that is why it's not wise to let Justin Welby to be the one who brokers the deal between Harry and King Charles. And although Neil Sean was the only one who said that this rumor was not true. I did a tarot reading about that when I did a reading on whether or not King Charles should ask the Archbishop of Canterbury to do that, and the answer was yes, that King Charles did ask him. So I'm going to go on with that line, and I'm going to ask whether or not Justin Welby should accept that part of being the litigator, or the one who brokers a deal between Harry and his father so that Harry can come to the coronation. Now, naturally, a lot of people are trying to remind King Charles that he's not only a father, that he's also a king, and he needs to remember that. Now, what I'm going to do is 2 readings. The first reading is going to be an SOS reading in which I'm asking whether or not the Archbishop should intervene and broker a deal between King Charles and Prince Henry, and then or Harold, we can call him whatever we want. And then I will do a reading in which I will look into the relationship between the Justin Welby and Meghan Markle, and the way that both of them are looking at one another. So that would be a different kind of reading, in which I will take all the cards and reshuffle them. So before I start, please take a few moments to read my full disclaimer in the description box. This is a tarot reading. It is vibrational. It is open to interpretation. It exists as assumptions and speculation, and as such may or may not be true. So please do your own research and decide for yourselves. So this is the tarot of the Old Path, and it's kind of a British Old Path tarot deck. So I decided to use this one for this reading. So let's clear the deck. And let's ask, so should Justin Welby accept King Charles' request to mediate between him and Harold and broker a deal to allow Harold to participate in King Charles's coronation? Should the Archbishop of Canterbury accept King Charles's request to broker a deal between him and his son Harold to allow Harold to participate in the coronation? So I'm cutting once and taking 3 cards, and I'm reminding you that in this kind of readings, when I'm asking should someone do something, if I'm getting a court card in the middle card, the answer is yes. But then we need to look at the meaning to understand exactly why it is a yes. So first of all, let's see what the answer is, and the answer is a Page of Pentacles. So the answer is yes. So yes, the Archbishop of Canterbury should accept King Charles' request to broker a deal between Harry and him to allow Harry to participate in the coronation. Now, why? The Page of Pentacles is a page that is very much a person that knows to do the work. He is someone who is very studious, someone who is very organized, someone who is going with the flow, someone who is keeping things pedantic, someone who is orderly, someone who is organized, but also he is someone who is adhering to the things that he knows. He's someone who is reluctant to change and reluctance. So this is someone who is very good in jobs that require continuity, someone who, this is a very good job for someone who, in a job that is something that is a very ancient job, like the Archbishop of Canterbury. That is a job that exists for thousands of years and nearly haven't changed. So this is like a job that exists for a long time. Now, this is someone who is very orderly, someone who is very organized. So these are the requirements of the job. It doesn't mean that Justin Welby is this kind of person, but these are the requirement of the job. And as the Archbishop of Canterbury, he's required to be that person. So that is why he should accept that. Now, once again, this is a Pentacles card, so this is also about the money, and we're talking about brokering a deal. Sometimes money change hands, so maybe he's getting some kind of authority to offer something to Harry in regard to some kind of enticement monetarily. But this is also a card of someone who is very stubborn. So a person that is very stubborn will go all the way to ensure that he gets that deal that he wants. So these are the reasons why he should accept that. So once again, he should accept the request that King Charles is asking him to broker that deal. Now, the page is looking towards the left, but his body is going towards the right. So let's see what is left. And he's looking towards the Four of Pentacles. So that's interesting, because the Four of Pentacles is a card of someone who is acting out of feeling threatened. Now, in the Rider-Waite tarot, the person is standing on Two of Pentacles. So it's someone who's standing on a solid basis, and he's feeling threatened, although the threat is not real. And because he feels threatened, he is going towards the Five of Pentacles, which is destruction and failure that is known in advance. Now here we see both of them looking at one another. So, and in this card, the person is not standing on those Four of Pentacles. So it's a real threat. It's not a threat that is not real. So I think that the reason why Justin Welby needs to step forward and take that job, take that offer, is because the threat that Harry poses to the monarchy is a real threat. And if he is if he will go all the way with the threats that he's posing on the monarchy, then the monarchy will end up in the Five of Pentacles, which is destruction and failure. So the Four of Pentacles here is a warning card. It's a card that is telling Justin Welby, this is something that you need to be very careful of, because this is a card that reminds him that there is a threat here. And this is a card that is telling him to be very careful not to adhere to the conventions, not to adhere to the things that he knows, not to be very stubborn, as he is, as the Page of Pentacles. And then the Page of Pentacles is a stubborn person. So he needs to be more flexible, not to be stubborn, because if he will be stubborn, then they will end up with the Five of Pentacles. This is a warning card. The warning card here is a warning. It's a warning that the threat is a real threat, and if they do not listen to that threat, they will end up in the Four of Pentacles. So, as someone said, King Charles wants Harry in the coronation because he knows that having him close is better than not having him far away, because when you have your enemy close, you can monitor him. You know where he is. You know how to control what he does. When he's far away, you cannot control what he does. And I think that this is the reason why King Charles wants Harry at the coronation. It's not so much because he wants his darling boy at the coronation. It's not so much because he wants Harry to feel included. It's more because he's afraid of the threat, because he recognizes the threat, and he realizes that it's better to have him close and not far away. And as you can see here, this person is keeping his pentacles close. He is keeping those pentacles very much at hand. So this is part of what King Charles wants. He wants Harry close. He doesn't want him far away. He wants to be able to control him, to be able to monitor him. But this card is telling him not to adhere to what he has, not to be stubborn, but to be a little bit more flexible in that negotiations with Harry, so that Harry will come to the coronation and will not possess that threat that might cause the Five of Pentacles energy. On this side, we get the Emperor card. So this is the king. This is the emperor. This is the person that possesses the power to control the material world. So, as I said, the Page of Pentacles is with his body turning towards the emperor, but looking at the threat. So, and the king is the king is like the emperor is with his wand. He is commanding the Page of Pentacles. This is like the story. This is like a storyboard. This is like the emperor that is telling Justin Welby what to do, and Justin Welby is looking at the threat that is Prince Harry. And now when I'm looking at this card and I'm seeing this orange scarf, it's even more talking even more to me, because it makes me think about the ginger head. So this is the intuition speaking. So this is like the storyboard. King Charles, as the emperor, is here. He is asking Justin Welby to step in to do that what he knows best, to make that negotiations with Harry in order to try and neutralize the threat that Harry possesses, because Harry does possess a threat. So let's look at the real, let's say, feelings between Justin Welby and Meghan Markle. So let's shuffle the deck a little bit. And the best way that I know to look at a relationship between two people that are not in a romantic relationship or a close friendship is the Kachina knife reading. So let's see what the Kachina knife reading tells us about Meghan and Justin Welby. Clearing the deck again. Okay, so Justin Welby and Meghan Markle. What is the past of their relationship? How do they feel towards one another today? And what is the future of their relationship? What is the truth of the relationship between Justin Welby and Meghan Markle? So in a Kachina knife, we are splitting the deck into 3 parts. The first card will be Meghan, and that is the Queen of Swords. I will speak about it in a moment. And the next card is Justin Welby, and that's the Ace of Rods, which is the Ace of Wands. In the past, we have the Five of Pentacles. In the present, we have the Knight of Wands. In the future, we have the Page of Swords. The advice card, which is advice for Justin Welby, is Six of Pentacles, and clarifying the advice is the close, which is death. So let's talk about it. Meghan Markle comes out as the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords is the exact opposite of the Queen of Wands, which is usually the card that represents Meghan. Why did we get the Queen of Swords? Because the Queen of Swords is the queen that Meghan wants to be seen. She is the egotistical queen. She is the one who thinks mostly about herself. She's the one who is mostly thinks about the things that are connected to her own family, her own things. But she wants to be seen as the Queen of Swords, the idealistic queen, the one who cares about the world, the one who cares about social change, about social things, about climate change, about someone who will sacrifice her own family, her own relationships for others, someone who has a social responsibility. So this is how she wants to be perceived, and this is how she wants Justin Welby to see her, and this is how she presented herself to Justin Welby, and this is how Justin Welby saw her at the beginning, because he did fall for that facade that she gave him. But behind every Queen of Swords, there is a Queen of Wands, because they always go together. So she couldn't hide the Queen of Wands, that's who she really is. But this is who she wanted to be, this is who she wanted to be seen, and this is the woman that she showed Justin Welby. But just pay attention that she's not looking at him. She's not looking at the Ace of Rods or Ace of Wands. Now, Justin Welby comes as the Ace of Wands, which is the ace that speaks about getting your wishes realized in the material world. Now, Justin Welby, as a holy man, as a man of God, wasn't supposed to come out as someone who is all about tangible wishes. This is someone who, this is not about spiritual things. This is more about wishes. This is about this is about creativity. This is about fire. This is about birth of some things. This is about creating from nothing. But this is the energy of being able to create, being able to get your wishes realized in the material world. This is not about spiritualism. So in a way, Justin Welby he has a lot of, let's say, a lot of how do you say that when two lines are adjusting? Wait a minute. Well, maybe the word is touching points with Meghan, because both of them has this fire energy. She is the Queen of Wands, actually, and he has this fire energy. So both of them has this fire energy. But he has this ability to be able to realize his wishes. This is how he got as far as he got. And I understand that he didn't start as a holy man. He didn't start as a priest. He started as a businessman, and only in a later stage in his life, he turned into a person of God, and also and then also strived to be the one who has the highest mission or highest position in the Church of England. So this is a driven person. This is a person who has a lot of power, a lot of ego. So this is not a person who is, let's say, shy. This is not a person who is hiding, or a person. This is not a hermit. Okay, so he has a lot of fire, he has a lot of drive, and this is maybe the touching point or the similarities between him and Meghan, and maybe that is why people thought that he likes Meghan, and maybe that is why he liked Meghan at the beginning. And as I said, Meghan wanted him to think that she is that social woman, someone who cares about social things, cares about all of those things. But he recognized that fire within her as well. Now, in the past, we see the Five of Pentacles. Now, why do we see the Five of Pentacles in the past? I think that we see the Five of Pentacles in the past because this is about destruction and failure, and I think that this is the near past because this is after the Oprah interview. This is already after Meghan threw Justin Welby to the wolves. This is after she made him she made him feel that he needs to come out and say that he did not marry them. She made him feel that he needs to come out and say that he only married them at church, that wouldn't be legal if he married them, that was only a rehearsal. So this is mostly because of that, and this is the past, the nearer past. Let's remember that beforehand, there wasn't a lot of relationship beforehand. He knew Meghan when he taught her before she joined the Church of England, so he taught her the basics of the Anglican religion, and he helped her when she converted, and then he married her. That was all of the relationship between them, and then she threw him to the wolves. So let's say that this is the most important stepping stone in that relationship, and this is why we get the Five of Pentacles in the past. Now, in the present, we get the Knight of Rods, which is the Knight of Wands, and the Knight of Wands is the aloof knight. So this is the knight that is not enthusiastic. And we can see that this knight is not looking at any one of them. He is looking at us because this is a card that shows that none of them is enthusiastic about the other. This is, and because of that, he misses opportunities. So I wouldn't say that Justin Welby likes Meghan Markle today, and Meghan Markle definitely doesn't like him. The Knight of Wands is a knight that is not excited very easily. He's not ignited very easily. And because of that, he misses opportunities. And he comes right after, behind the Five of Pentacles. So he's badly aspected. And this is a card of quarrels. So when it's badly aspected, it's a card of self-destruction, of impulsivity, of impatience. So we see that Justin Welby doesn't have patience towards Meghan, and she doesn't have patience for him. This is a card of restlessness. This is a card of quarrels. So we see that there isn't a lot of love lasted here, and neither of them likes the other one. Justin Welby does not forget what he went through because of her, and this is a card of someone who feels that he was nearly distracted because of her. He feels that he has no patience to her. He doesn't want to talk to her. He doesn't want to see her. But I just want you to see that in this row, we have the fire element very prominent, because we have it in the Ace of Wands, we have it in the Knight of Wands, and we have it behind the Queen of Swords. So what can we see for the future? And in the future, we have the Page of Swords. The Page of Swords is the reporter, but it's also the slick-tongued person, the person who can talk. So, as we saw before, Justin Welby will probably be the one who will be the one that goes between, the go-between between King Charles and Harry. So he will be the one to broker a deal. So he will be the talker. He will be the slicked tongue. And as I always tell you, the Page of Swords is also someone who knows how to lie, someone who knows how to turn the truth in a way that suits him, and in this instance, in a way that suits the king, because he is loyal to the king. But so this is a person who is very good in verbal communication, someone who is autodidactic, someone who studies a lot, someone who knows how to contact with people, and this is why he is the perfect person to do that brokering, or to reach that agreement. So this is what we see for the future. We see that Justin Welby will be the one to do the talking. He will be the one to try and broker that deal. So what kind of advice can we give from the tarot? So the first card is the Six of Pentacles, that tells him that he needs to, in the back of his mind, remember that if he wants them to give him what he wants, he will have to give them something in return. So this is about give and take. This is about, if you want to get something, you need to give. So he will have to think, and we got it in the SOS reading as well. They will have to think of a way that Harry and Meghan will feel that they got what they wanted, and that may be even money, but that they got something that they wanted, and they need to feel happy and content, just like this person feels. As you can see, this person has all of these pentacles, and he feels so happy. He has this happy face, and this is how Harry and Meghan need to feel after the talks with Justin Welby. And it doesn't matter whether or not he is conniving, and he let them feel this way, just because he wants them to believe that they are getting what they want, but actually he is is just letting them believe that, but he's getting what he wants, or the king is getting what he wants. This is a very finesse way of taking care of things. So this card is telling him, remember that if you want to get what you want, first you need to make sure that they believe that they're getting what they want. So that's one thing. And as a clarifier, we got the close, or the death card. And the death card is about change. But the death card is also about time to start living. And as you can see here, there is a baby here, because it's time to start living. It's time to restart. So, and we are talking about a new beginning, because it's the coronation. It's a new beginning of a new tenure of a king in England. But this is about a very major change. This change nullifies everything that was before. And this is something that Justin Welby needs to try and create. He needs to try and create a very major change in the way that Harry sees his relationship with his family, with King Charles. Prince Harry needs to feel satisfied. He needs to feel that he won, despite the fact that he actually lost. So he needs to think that he won, although he really lost. And this is by creating this facade, but actually changing his state of mind and creating this facade of a change that he thinks that he's getting what he wants, but actually the king and the royal family are getting what they need, which is quiet, which is nullifying the threat or taking out the threat. So that's the tarot. The oracle deck is Archangel Gabriel. And let's see what Archangel Gabriel has to say to Justin Welby. Does he have any kind of divine advice? Let's see. Okay, so let's clear the deck. Advice to the Archbishop of Canterbury. Advice to Justin Welby, the Archbishop of Canterbury. Share your art. No, I'm sorry, this is not the, no, this is the card. Inspiration. Yes, your idea is divinely inspired. Take action accordingly to set it into motion. So whatever idea that Justin Welby has in order to get this deal in motion is something that is inspired by the divine. And inspiration is also something that goes with the Ace of Wands. So the angel is telling him to take action accordingly and to set it into motion. So it looks like Justin Welby does have a plan. He knows what he wants to do, and it's probably a good plan. So this is it for this reading. I hope you liked it, and if you did, please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, leave me a comment, share my video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.